I had no idea what a cool place this was. I spent 3 days here. I walked, and walked down many a crazy, winding, narrow street, surrounded by ancient buildings with crusted stone walls and slate roofs and giant wooden doors that people still go in and out of. And you never know what lies around the corner. Here is the downtown scene in September 2021. And here's how it looked to J.M.W. Turner in 1810. His painting of High Street hangs in Oxford's Ashmolean Museum, along with a lot of imperial loot. The British Museum is famous for this kind of stuff, but there were leftovers. Oxford has a very fine botanical garden. In fact, there are gardens all over the place. Here is Christ Church peeking through the trees. Christ Church is a college as well as a church. It's the oldest and richest of Oxford's colleges, thanks to Henry VIII's appropriation of the monasteries and their considerable wealth. In the process, Henry robbed the poor of their only source of medical care. The monks were the NHS of their day, a local historian informed me. These days, Christ Church collects a fair bit of change by giving tours of the place. It's a tour definitely worth taking. Here's Henry lording it over the Great Hall. Any resemblance to Hogwarts was laboriously manufactured by the filmmakers. Here's the church part. It's big, but chock full of little busts and crests honoring the great and forgotten. Speaking of churches, here in a pastoral Oxford exurb is one built in the 11th century, still functioning. And here is the nearby house of C.S. Lewis. A visiting Catholic priest greeted us and pointed us toward the C.S. Lewis Nature Trail, where C.S. and his buddy J.R.R. Tolkien were wont to stroll together. Pembroke College, across from Christ Church, is less flashy on the outside, but mighty impressive on the inside. A Pembroke fellow named Linda Flores, a Japanese literature scholar from Guam, snuck me in. The common room would be nothing to write home about if it did not contain Samuel Johnson's old writing desk. Returning to the present, I took a walk down Broad Street, and here is some of what I saw and heard.
But the international struggles still go on. But on November the 6th, we've heard about two other marches in Oxford already. The youth strike on Friday and the Oxford Lecture one next weekend. But on November the 6th, we are inviting you, and when I say we, there's half a dozen groups and the Trades Council and possibly even the County Council, which is interesting, saying join us to march on Saturday, November the 6th, as part of what will be, hopefully, the largest ever global day of action. Not just on climate change, but global action full stop. So many towns, so many cities, so many villages will be acting. It will be at the weekend when the world leaders arrive in Glasgow for the COP. And if there's any one single time we need to be making our voices heard, it will be just then.